Wednesday night, guys. Today is August 16th, believe it or not. And I'm really excited tonight for our team call. We're going to hear from Geri from her summit experience and takeaways and how she's implementing what she learned at Summit to really just drive her business forward. And I can just tell, like Summit really lit the spark inside of Geri because I've just seen through her posts and, her communication and her, just how she's acting in our challenge groups and everything, that she really is taking what she learned in stride and using it to really benefit our business this month. So I'm really proud of Geri, and I can't wait to hear from her and her awesome takeaways. Before, though, I give the floor to Geri, I just want to do a few housekeeping items. Our sneak peek, guys, believe it or not, is right around the corner. And we talked before that we're on our own this time as a Forever Faithful family, and I'm really excited about that. And so the next couple of weeks, Lindsay and I are just kind of revamping to make it our own. Like we said before, we're doing a 3-day sneak peek rather than a 1-hour live event. So we'll be posting our typical video styles, maybe hopping in there live, really similar to what we did with when we went to Summit, and we were just sharing coaching like as it came on in our life. It doesn't all have to be scripted and videoed, our scripted videos, of course they're going to go up in there, but I want to open the floor to the entire team to just post in there when you feel it's right, and post things that really add value to your life because of coaching. So, I don't want you to feel held back by that at all. We can talk more about that as we get closer to our sneak peek. It will start on the 20, when are we starting? I think we'll probably kick it off on the evening of the 28th. That's a Sunday night. And that way, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all day we can be posting our videos leading up to our event on Wednesday night. And we'll decide on a time and all of that together in the next couple of weeks. I think that was our plan. Just give me confirm that for me, Lindsay, that we were going to do the not live event, but we're going to do the business opportunity call on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Yep. I forget. I think it was 9 o'clock we decided on, but I have it written on our team calendar. I just have it in front of me.
For people that are working or in classes or have kiddos, hopefully by 9 p.m. you kind of have winded down and can hop on live to the business opportunity call that we will lead. So what you need to be thinking about in the next few weeks, Lindsay and I are kind of revamping, like I said, to make videos that fit our team. Obviously, we have different people on our team, and we are going to make sure that we highlight all of you and showcase the amazing people that you are. So we're working on just video topics, and we'll be reaching out to you here in the next few days because we want you to have plenty of time to make that video. When you make your video, you will have to upload it to YouTube and all that, and we'll help you with that. Just so that we can have the group run smoothly. So any questions there, or if you have an idea of a video that you would like to share, or an idea for our group in general, just let us know. Reach out to us. We want this to be a team effort and for everybody to be involved in the whole process of becoming our own and doing this on as a Forever Faithful team instead. So we're doing this. We're doing it big. Also, I just wanted to check in with the challenge tracker and hit on the health bet a little bit. So I know everybody feels differently about the challenge tracker app, but personally, guys, I just want to share, I have never felt more connected with my challengers, to be honest. They are all they're not even, I don't know, they're all behind the scenes. We are just rocking out our relationships, and I feel really connected with them, and they all are giving me really good feedback about how they like the app and how they really enjoy it for their accountability. And I know that there's some hiccups and we're learning along the way, but I'm digging it. So I'm personally gonna stick to the challenge tracker app, just so you know, for my group on the 29th, I think. And, you guys, you can make your own decisions. You can go back to Facebook. You could do both. You can offer both. Like I saw those comments a little bit today on the team page. And, that's up to you. But for me, it's just really working, probably because just of my style of coaching, and it's working for me and it's working for the girls that I brought into the group. So I want to try it again and do it again because of the good feedback that I've received and how I feel with them right now. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I also wanted to mention that I had an idea today that, so this health bet, all that you have to do is be a part before September 5th. All you have to do is be a part of a group through the challenge tracker. So I'm thinking about, as this gets closer, in the next, probably the third week of our group, we could throw this in there in the challenge tracker app, tell the ladies about what's going on with it, with the $1 million pot and Beachbody, and just share that with them and offer to extend the length of that group, that Country Heat group, if they want to stay in there and continue posting, because you have to, in order to be eligible to be in the pot for the $1 million prize, you have to be in a group by the 5th. And all you have to do is log, I think it's 5 Shakeologies a week and 3 workouts, I believe. So it's all you have to do to be a part of like winning those prizes. So I just wanted to throw that past you. I think it'd be something really good to offer to the current challenges that are in there and already using the app. Just so if they would be interested in sticking around to be eligible for those prizes, that they could be. And then obviously if you start a group, on the 29th with the app too, they're probably you're going to share that with them right from the get-go before their group even starts, that this is a really special group, that there's a special contest going on, and you can give them the details. And that's like extra motivation to post your Shakeology and your workouts every day. I mean, that's going to be just an extra little incentive that we can use in our favor as coaches. So I'd love to hear your feedback about the challenge tracker app, if anyone wants to share, or we don't have to talk about it, but those are my thoughts. I'm loving it. So I'm going to stick to it for the time being. Anybody?
So I think for me, a bit of it is about just getting used to it. I definitely find myself completely forgetting to check into it because that's not a part of my natural progression. Yeah. And so I think too, some of it is working for them, and I'm not having the exact same feedback from the people. They're I forget to do it. I forget to check into it. I go on Facebook and I see people posting, so I remember to check in. But with this, I forget. So I think it's just a natural, and I feel way less connected to them, compared to usual. I don't know why. I just feel
it's so weird because I feel the exact opposite. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably just the girls I'm working with. When I send them a message on the tracker app, they text me immediately, and they're like, "Hey." And so I've been using the messenger feature on there a lot.
Yeah.
Because you can actually if tonight I had 3 girls not log their workout today. You can see when they last logged, and every single person did except for those 3. And when you click on their names, you can send them the same message, but it sends to them separately, so they don't know it's in bulk. But I send them a message "Hey girl, how was your workout today? I didn't see that you logged it. Did it go well?" Just for me, that's a time management hallelujah, open the heavens gates. It's just helping me because I don't, I'm pressed for time, honestly, and but I feel really connected, and 2 of them actually messaged me "I'm so sorry, thank you for reminding me, I'll log that now." So I mean, and I think too, some of them I've worked with in the past, and they've been really shy about posting in challenge groups, and they never did. And they're still not using that option to share in the group, but they told me they're I really would rather not. I just want to keep track for myself. And I said, that's totally fine. And I know they are. Like, I see, like, they did log their workout and their Shakeology today, and they're holding themselves accountable. But, you know, and to a level that they probably wouldn't have before, because they were afraid of the group. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're personally able to monitor it themselves. So and like I said, it's going to be different for every person and every coach, but I just wanted to share. I mean, it's funny how we have complete opposite.
Yeah. Because, like, I guess I'm getting more people saying, like, oh, like, I thought there'd be, like, recipes and Shakeology stuff. And so it's just, I have a lot of newbies in this. And, like, I just feel like they didn't get the Shakeology album, and they didn't get, like, you know, some of those resources that we used to give them that fun. I don't know. I just need some more days, I guess. I'm just not sold.
So what I did too, and this is probably why I feel a little more connected this time around, is I made sure I had a meal planning session with every single new person. And they all, I mean, I kind of harassed some of them. I'm like, we got to do this. Like, come on. Like, I was just really like, I pushed them all to do that. And when I did that with them, I shared stuff over Google Drive, like the Shakeology recipes. I shared my whole recipe file on Google Drive that I have, like, on there. So they still all got that from me. And how I approached it was, I just messaged them, like, when we started talking about meal planning in the group on the first week. And what I did was I just shot them over a message. I'm like, hey, like, we're really focusing on meal planning now. And I remember when we talked, I offered you that one-on-one meal planning session. I would love to schedule that. Here are the times I'm available. And then, which I'm sure this is what everybody probably does when they do that. And then I said, please go turn to such and such page of your country guide and do the calculation and let me know which plan you're on. And then what I did from there is I sent them the meal planning, blank meal planner that they would need and I said, please print this out before our meeting so that we can use it and make your first meal plan together. And so they had that all ready. And at that point, I had asked them to get into the nutrition guide. So they already, like, had kind of done that. And a lot of them, when I met with them, had already, like, really, they've, like, looked up some ideas and they were ready for their questions. So that worked really well for me. And then I did, like I said, right when we were on our call, I was like, ooh, let me show you this. And I showed them my screen and with all my recipes. I'm like, would this be helpful for you? Would this be helpful for you? And anything that they wanted, I sent them their way, like, right live when we were talking on the call. So, I mean, I think that also helped me just connect with them, you know, just to talk to them.
I think that will be definitely helpful, like, because I'm just so used to.
Because you're right, it's hard for people to pull those resources off of an app in your phone. You know what I mean? Like, when you're on the computer and you can pull, like, up a document, it's definitely easier. But
I like that. I guess, like, that's where I kind of, like, I offered it to, like, all of my people, and I had a really hard time getting them to sign up this time. I was so psyched because the last group, I had a ton of one-on-ones, and I felt so connected. In this group, it was just, like, pulling teeth. So, I think they were just, like, hesitant to actually meet face-to-face with someone for some reason, and I was like, but wait, like, I'm trying here, and you're not taking me up on it. So, I just have to keep trying.
That's the other thing, too. I said, when I messaged them originally, I'm like, I love using this platform called Zoom because it lets me share my computer screen and I can show you some sample meal plans and recipes and things like that. Or I can give you a call on the phone. It's totally up to you. And most of them, I mean, I kind of give them that choice. Because we talked at Summit, too, about people being weary of Zoom at first and kind of turning off because of that. So I wanted to give them that option. I think that helped. And they all actually chose Zoom. So that was
cool.
I think I got lucky. Like you said, like some groups you have everybody that goes full force, all in. And then other groups, you have a group of people that you can't get to engage to save your life. And that's kind of like how all groups go. So, but anyway.
Okay, cool. Those are good tips.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad it helped. And, you know, I don't want to just do it once and then give up on it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do it now, and I want to implement changes for the next time around. You know what I mean? Like, because practice makes perfect, and you're not going to do it. Nothing we do as coaches is ever perfect the first time we do it. The first time they ran a challenge group on Facebook, I'm sure it totally flopped. So, you know, and every time we run groups, we make them better each time. So I want to at least do it one more time, especially with the health bet. And honestly, I want to be a part of the health bet. I mean, as coaches, if we're in the group, we're a part of it too. And we're obviously, you know, blogging our Shakeology and our workouts. So that will be a no-brainer for us. So, I mean, if I have a chance to win a little bit of money, that would be cool. So that's why I'm choosing to do my group on the 29th in the app. And anyone's more than welcome to join me or not. So just wanted to kind of share my thoughts there. And then one thing I'd like to implement is, does anyone have anything else about Health Bet, Trial and Tracker, or the sneak peek? Before I want to move on, I want to get to Geri. But I wanted to open the floor real quick. This is something I want to start doing on our team calls every week. So you're kind of going to be put on the spot this week. But you'll know for the future. I just want to let one person, or, you know, sometimes we can do more than one. We've been talking a lot tonight, though. So we'll just stick to one tonight. Share something personal, like a success share of the week. So something that you are proud of in your business this week that you would be willing to share with our team. It could be anything. It could be that you got up and worked out every morning. I don't know, whatever. You could share that you are proud of getting your first success club points on the board this week. Anything that you're really proud of and you worked hard for. So I'll let anybody who would like to be put on the spot and share one thing that they're proud of this week. Anything? Come on, somebody. Someone we haven't heard from.
I will talk, even though I'm going to be talking.
Okay, Geri.
Come on. It's really, you saw it, Lisa. Everybody else will see it here in a little bit too, but I made my first slide. So.
Yay!
I even did it from my phone.
That's awesome.
So that's probably why it's so pretty generic. But hey, I did it. And I was talking to Lindsay the other day, and that's like something I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever be able to do that.
They are beautiful. You did amazing. You're well on your way to making slides for your team calls every week as a leader and a coach. So good job, Geri. I'm proud of you. All right. Anybody else want to share quick? Anybody?
I do. I came up with a team name.
Yay, Callie. What is it?
Health Fuel.
Wait, Health Fuel?
Yeah, like healthful fuel.
Oh, I love it, Callie.
Actually, Vic came up with it, not me.
Who did?
Vic did.
Vic did. I tried to get Jordan to help me, and he was like, zero help. So that's so lucky. Jordan's always like, whoa, how much money did you make last week in Beachbody? That's all he wants to ever know about. So anyway, all right. Well, that is awesome, Callie. I know that's like a really good feeling when you finally pick one and stick to it. So that's amazing. Good job. Good for you. All righty. Anybody else? Okay. I'm going to let Geri take the floor. And Geri, don't kill me. I might have added to your slide because I couldn't help myself. Just a little picture from the summit because we had so much fun at 80s night. That was probably my favorite part, to be honest. So Geri, hang on a second. I gotta figure out how to mute myself. Okay, I'm gonna give Miss Geri the floor. She is a beautiful Emerald coach on our team, and she, like I mentioned before, took away so much from Summit and learned so much, and I cannot wait to hear how she is implementing what she learned in her very own business. So Geri, take it away.
All right. So you guys, anybody that was on or listened, heard Callie last week do a flippin' amazing job with her Summit takeaways, and as far as what she wanted to implement for challenge groups and personally, sorry, there's a siren in the background. And I kind of wanted to focus, and this might sound selfish, but this is what Summit was about for me, is more of my personal goals and what I wanted to do for myself. There was a moment at Summit, and Callie was sitting actually right beside me when it happened. and they were talking about how, and I can't remember who it was the sisters, but I can't remember their names. And she was talking about how she got to that moment where when you have to drop your kids off in the morning, and like I just start crying, because that's something that really spoke to me, as far as like I don't want to have to do that anymore. Like I would love to be able to make this my full-time, completely replace my income job. And I know that it's going to take a lot of hard work to get to that point, but that was kind of an eye-opener for me. So that's where I'm leading from, is my own personal goals. And as you can see, we rocked 80s night at Summit. I was a rocker there. Looked pretty fabulous. Go ahead, Lisa, you can click to the next one. Okay, so I picked my 3 like big things that I wanted to focus on in order to move my business forward, and there were the 3 biggest things that spoke to me. Number 1, you can see, is a laptop. I have been literally working from my phone since I started coaching last December, and I think that I've done a pretty damn good job at it personally. But it is time for me to be able to step up and really start making sure I have my own files saved and things where I can have more accessible for my team. That way I can share those a lot easier. So number 1 was a laptop. Number 2 was a vision board. And number 3 was increasing my personal development, because I was really struggling with that. So we'll start with number 1. If you want to go ahead, Liesl. As you can see, and the lovely picture there, I got a laptop. I literally came home from Summit on Sunday, and on Monday morning, I jumped on the internet and I ordered the first laptop that I found that I thought would work for me, because I was tired of thinking, you know what, I'm going to wait and I want to get this big, fat, expensive one that is going to rock my world. And I thought, you know what, there's no reason for me to wait for that. Absolutely no reason. I need something now. I need something that's going to work for me. And that's exactly what I did. And honestly, like, I paid less than $200 for this laptop that has worked awesome so far. So yay, I'm pretty excited about that. So laptop, boom, check done. Okay, the next is a vision board. And we kind of talked about this a little bit in Courageously Fierce, because it's something as a team that I think that everybody should implement. I actually have not done a vision board, and at Summit, Melanie had shared hers, and it was literally just so simplistic that it actually spoke to me. It was simplistic, but it also had very specific, detailed goals. I mean, she had on her board that she wanted to take her family to, which, you know, I never even thought about putting stuff like that on there, but it is part of your goal you want to reach, is the things that you want to be able to do for yourself, for your family, for your future family. So that's my next step. And I already have some things that I have that I've printed out and saved. I don't actually have my board yet, because I really want to make it like super special. So I've been waiting, but I have little things that I want to add to it so far. And what I found is that I want it to be very detailed, as far as, you know, in the next X amount of months, I want to be at this point in my business, and I want to know what it feels like. Shalene had said that you want to visualize literally how it will feel when you get to that point, what it's going to feel like when you wake up that awesome morning where your entire life is to the point where you want it to be. Like, what do the sheets feel like? Are you laying in satin sheets? Are you in like 100% Egyptian cotton sheets? That kind of thing. So that's my goal for my vision board. And I popped up a few pictures there about, you know, ones that I just found on Google, but there's a million different ways that you can do it. And I think honestly that it is something that everybody should do, even if it's just a picture of your family that sits right beside your computer, something that you can look at daily whenever you're starting to struggle and you don't want to wake up and you don't want to reach for your goals for the day. You don't want to do your 3 vitals because, well, you don't freaking want to. Like, you need to have something right there to remind you why you're doing this every single day. So that's my next step, and I'm working on that one right now. And then the third is personal development. And honestly, I have done personal development since I started coaching, but it's not ever been something that really reaches out to me and like grabs me and pulls me in. And sometimes, okay, let me go back. Sometimes, yes, I definitely search for the things that I'm struggling with to use for my personal development, but I've never like been fiery about it, if that makes any kind of sense. And for me, like, I don't have time to sit down and read a flippin' book. There's no point in my day where I'm going to sit there and read a book. So audio tapes is kind of the direction I started to head, thinking that would be what worked for me. And even then, I still wasn't really pulled into it. So going to Summit, that I decided that what I'm going to do for my personal development now is I'm going to go back to any missed team calls that we've had, and I'm going to use those. I'm going to go back to old national wake-up calls, and I'm going to use those, because what I want to do is drive my business forward. So with driving my business forward, it is learning more about the business. So as much as I can take in from our top coaches and from our upline teams, and even our, our team calls that I've missed here, there's always something to take away as far as a business aspect goes. So that's definitely something I want to dive into. And I did already. As soon as I came back from Summit, I started to listen to the old national wake-up calls, because I'll be perfectly honest with you, I'd never actually listened to a single one ever until the one about autumn and country heat. So that's a really tough thing for me to admit, but it's totally true. And so I started listening to them. I actually listened to one today, and Barbie was from 3 weeks ago, I think, right before we went to Summit, and it was Barbie was speaking. And she had said on there that one of her biggest takeaways was to always strive to be better and to do better. And I feel like for me, if I'm going to be a better coach and I'm going to do a better job at running my business, then I need to utilize those tools that are available to every single one of us. We might not all have the same personal development books or the same personal development tapes, but we do all have access to the old national wake-up calls. We do all have access to the old team calls, and it's all there right for you to use at any point in time. And I have to be honest, like, I don't have a whole lot of time. So what I've been doing is, on my way to work, I will stick on the podcast of the old wake-up calls. And it might be 10 minutes that I catch after I drop the girls off, in between, dropping the girls off and actually getting to work. It might be 10 minutes there. It might be 10 minutes when I'm running out to pick up something at lunchtime. It might be 10 minutes whenever I'm driving from work to pick up the girls again. But I'm still getting it in. You don't have to sit down and listen to the whole half hour, 45 minutes at one time. Start and listen to a little bit at a time, and then build on that and build on that and build on that until you can get what you need out of it. And honestly, like, I really like it. So I'm starting to fall in love with my personal development again, and I feel better for it. So I guess those are my 3 big, huge takeaways. I know that I kind of breezed right through those. I told you I would. I talk really fast. But.
No, Geri, that was amazing. So a lot of people, personal development, they think all it is like, oh, I'm going to listen to this part, or, I need to listen to something uplifting and inspiring. But developing yourself as a business leader is also really important personal development. And I always think it's fascinating when you hear from top coaches, like Val says all the time, and I've just heard it from so many people, especially at Summit. They say, like, I have never missed a national wake-up call. They all say that. Have you ever noticed that? Like, if you talk to them about their personal development, they say, I never miss a national wake-up call. And I mean, they're the top coaches in this organization. So the fact that they don't miss national wake-up calls is like, okay, red flag. Like, I better make sure I listen to those. And, national wake-up calls, you can totally, if you listen to the recording, you can totally fast forward through all that mumbo jumbo BS talk that they do in the beginning. And the recognition's great, but I mean, we don't know those people most of the time. Like, fast forward through. But, business building, things like that are really important to add to your personal development too. And they can so be easily done on your drive and stuff like that. It's perfect. That's amazing, Geri. And check it out. I'm working back there. I got my vision board up on the board from Summit. I've been working on it. It's not done yet, but I've been adding to it, as I vision new things every day. And when the printer decides to cooperate with me because it's like ridiculous. But so many great takeaways, Geri. And if anyone else wants to comment or ask Geri questions, I'll let you do so. Anybody?
I think it's just really cool that you pointed out too the national wake up calls, because doesn't it make you feel like you're part of something bigger? Like I feel like I know the people, and I feel like I'm just so much more confident about talking about people when I have listened to those calls, because it's like, I kind of do know Sagi, like I kind of do know Autumn Calabrese, like, and it just makes you connected to the bigger picture, because we're all sitting in our own lives, and it's really hard to always remember you're connected to these, amazing people. And it's like, I don't know. So I think that's really important to listen to those national wake up calls for sure. They're and I loved I am proud of you, Geri, because I know that was your first like total talk and you rocked it. I mean, like, I'm really proud of you. So just had to throw that out there too.
I agree with Lindsay too. It gives you more of a personal aspect, because I feel like honestly on those national wake up calls, they're more like loose with their talking, and you seem to get more of them personally than you would if they were standing up in front of you speaking to a large crowd. It seems more one-on-one. So, and I really like it, honestly. And even the call, I recommend everybody go back and listen to the call that Carl did the week after Summit, because he honestly said on there, and I know that we've done a couple of team calls about our takeaways from Summit, and we've talked about it, but he literally said on there, like, I'm done talking about Summit. Like, it's done. We're done talking about it now, and now it's time to go back and implement the things that you took away. And that actually really spoke to me, because, you ride on that high for a little while, and then it really starts to sink in where you're like, okay, I need to implement it now. We're done talking about it. Like, we just need to do it now. So I think that's a good one to go back and listen to too.
Yeah, and I love how you and Callie both, like, when I asked you to bring your takeaways, you both brought to us what you're doing now, not your takeaways. Not like, well, I would really love to create this challenger tracker. I would really love to go buy myself a laptop. No, like, you both just did it, and you share with us like how you made what you learned and what you realized there part of your vision and part of the way that you are going to move your business. You are moving your business forward. So I think it's really cool that you both, like, when I said, oh, come speak on our call and share your takeaways, like, you both came on to this call and you shared what you're actually doing. And that is exactly what Carl said to do, to stop talking about it happening, and you're showing us how you're making it happen. So that's incredible. And that's exactly what you have to do to make the best out of attending an event like that, like Summit. So kudos to both of you. Good job. All right. Do we have anything else tonight, ladies? Any more questions or comments for Geri or anybody, anything on your minds?
I have a question. So
yeah.
I were talking about like pages today, and it actually pushed me into the fact that I have been like on the board of doing a like page forever. And when she said it, I had this feeling like, why am I not doing this? So I did it. I just like did it. In like 10 minutes, I created it. And I wanted to ask you, so I know you've been at it for a while, and I noticed that you're sharing like all of your stuff from your like page to your personal Facebook page still. Is that so you post onto your like page and then share it onto your personal page
that's just something that it's like a strategy I learned in that Jesse Reagan training.
Okay. So I'm seeing like everyone does that. I just wanted to make sure that if I should be doing 3 posts, or what kind of posts I should put onto my personal.
You don't want to make them different. You want to make you don't want to ever overthink your like page posts. You just want to do what you've been doing forever on your personal page. On like what you've been doing forever and ever and ever on your personal Facebook page, you just do it now on your like page.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I shouldn't be like adding other content to my personal page, like just so to make sure I'm keeping people engaged. But pretty much like everyone that follows me on my personal page has already liked my like page, and like I just feel like they're gonna see it anyway. I just wanted to make sure.
And you don't have to share to your personal.
Yeah. Well, I want to for a while because I want people to see that it's there. Like
exactly. And another thing you can do is tag yourself in your photo, like tag your personal page. So
Okay.
in your like page posts.
Okay.
So when you go to tag the photo, you can tag it as yourself, like as your personal page, and then it's going to show up in your personal page as like so and so tagged Lisa on a photo. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Like Lisa was tagged in Lisa Martig's photo. So
Right.
it's like really confusing. But then it shows up on my timeline too, if anyone will be looking at my personal page.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I didn't.
I saw too that Heather had done where she had made her like page, and then she literally is keeping her personal page for personal, like, family things, and she's keeping it completely separated. And that's something that kind of shocked me, which I had, my nasty ladies at work tell me about how they unfollowed me because they don't like seeing my Beachbody stuff. So that, like, really, 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 really struck a nerve. And I know that I should be like, F you, I don't really give a crap what you think. But it's hard whenever you're working with people like that. And it makes you start thinking, like, I really have kind of cut a lot of my own personal stuff out and have put a lot more Beachbody into it. So it would be great to, I think, create the like page and really use that for Beachbody, and then add more of my personal life back to my personal page.
And that's the intent, Geri, but it just takes a lot of time. And like pages just take a ton of time.
Thing that I'm worried about, I guess, is that, almost like, do you have enough followers? Are there enough people that are going to follow you to that page? That kind of thing. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, it just takes a ton of time, Geri. It like years to develop your like page to the way you want it to be. So, and they talked about that in that training. So, yeah, it just.
Hey, Lindsay, there's I guess for anybody. So I like page and Instagram are two big things that I'm really trying to implement because of my cold market I'm really struggling with. So I'm trying to find new ways. And they talked about a lot at Summit. So that's my newest implement. Shalene actually has quite a few Facebook like page and Instagram podcast that I've been listening to this week, and she kind of has different takes on the two, and then I've been delving into some other training podcasts about how to really utilize your Facebook like page as opposed to just your Facebook personal page, and then how your Instagram can even be different or the same just depending on where you want to go with it. So I didn't do a formal training like Liesl has done with her like page, but that's really just kind of helped to give me a foundation on like expecting where to start. So
yeah, that's helpful. I saw that she had some stuff on there that was like toward like pages, and I just hadn't. I literally have put it on the back burner for so long and did not want to do it. But then I just did. But yeah, I need to dive into her and just kind of see. And for now, it's like I just want to just continuously be adding new things. Like I have the website, and I had a hard time connecting my website to my personal page, but I think it'll be a lot easier to connect to my like page for some reason. It's almost like it's your own mindset. It's like you're given permission to just share as much as you want about what you're doing because they're there for a reason. So I think that,
Shalene kind of explains Instagram and a like page like this, and you guys are welcome to take this or leave this, but it made sense to me. She says your Facebook like page, people are coming to your business or like page for your business or whatever it is you're trying to advertise. So they don't want to see your personal stuff anyways, is what she says. So that when you make your posts, you are following someone for nutrition tips and you were following their like page for nutrition tips, and then all of a sudden they stopped talking about nutrition, they were telling you about their dog, you're probably going to unfollow them because you don't care about their dog, you're caring about their nutrition tips. For me, that hit home. That's a much more red way to take it, and not so much touchy-feely and as much personal stuff, but that's my goal. Is I'm going to try to keep the two separate from the beginning. We'll see how it goes, but my goal is to launch mine this week, but that's kind of how she sees it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny because the training I did was like, oh, share your story, just be you, like share everything, and like so, like there's just a million different ways you can do it. So, it's up to you, and it just takes it's what you want to make of it. So. For sure.
Another thing I want to add to that too is I honestly don't think that until you're 100% comfortable with it, or not 100% comfortable, but until you're really feel like you get to that point, I think that you should hold off doing it too, because I had asked about it when, like, during my training, like, should I have a like page? And everyone's like, no, no, no. So I really do think that's something. Hi, Levi. I think that's something that really want to be comfortable with. So I don't like I'm looking at Billy now thinking, like, don't feel like you have to rush out and do this, because you don't at all. It's just something that, like, I'm looking forward to down the road. So
yeah, I literally was all Facebook personal page for an entire year.
Me too. It was a year. It was today's a year this week, and I am totally fine with it. Like, I don't regret a moment of waiting because I'm confident with it now.
Yeah,
and like
you need to be a master of what you do for, like, whatever you're doing now. You need to be a master of that and go with it, and then you can venture to something different. And I'm not doing anything else because I'm not a master of my like page yet, and I'm still going through my training, like, you know, when I have the time. And until my like page is where I'm at, I'm not going anywhere else. You know, like, I know, like, we were encouraged to go on Snapchat and go on Instagram has a live feature now too, and like how we were encouraged to just go all in there, but I can't. Like, you can't go do it all. You got to be masters of whatever you're rocking out right now first. So that's, you know, and that's like blinders on right there. Like, you can't be like, well, so-and-so's awesome at Snapchat, and I'm still trying to get my like page up and running. Well, that's okay. Like, but you have to do, you know, like, whatever works for your business and wherever you are. So I don't have time right now to be Snapchatting all day long. Actually, I can't. So Snapchat's blocked for me at school grounds. So I can't Snapchat or receive Snapchats all day long. So Snapchat's not realistic for me, you know, like, because you have to snap all day, like, you know, like, I don't even really understand Snapchat fully, but they were talking actually call yesterday about how she sat down with her 14-year-old. I don't know if you got the recording from yesterday's yet, but she sat down with her 14-year-old niece and had her teach her Snapchat, because she was the only one in her circle of life that knew what Snapchat meant and what it did. And she sat down and did it with her. But anyway, yeah, definitely. I love that. It's so true. You have to be comfortable with one thing first. And when you are, then you go and you are comfortable with another thing. And, you know, it took me a whole year to be comfortable posting on my personal page. I'm in for it that it's going to take at least a year for my like page to be where I want it to be. And I'm probably going to focus there. So, yeah, one step at a time. All right. Anybody else have any comments? No? Okay. Well, I will go ahead and end this then. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and we'll chat again next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Chelsea, are you staying on to chat? Yeah. Okay, cool. So everyone else get off. Just kidding. Love you. Good job, Geri.